There was a country where everyone was very happy. All the young girls of the country admired the king and queen's handsome son. The young prince was tall, had green eyes and black hair, and was also kind-hearted. The king and queen had raised him very well. The prince had become a young man who was a skilled rider and a swordsman. He was an avid reader and an excellent piano player. But since he was a perfectionist, he couldn't love or marry anyone.
Mother, the girl I marry needs to be a real princess. She needs to be sensitive, polite, and have proper manners. She must be beautiful inside and out. She has to have a melodious voice, so she can accompany me while I play the piano.
Indeed. She must also be someone who thinks of the interests of her country, who helps everyone and acts fairly.
You're right, Mother. She should also love animals and protect them, too.
Since there was no princess with these characteristics in their country, the young prince decided to seek his princess in other countries. The princess he met in the first country he visited was a very beautiful girl. But one day, as they strolled in the garden, they saw a little puppy sitting under the tree. The princess suddenly started screaming.
"Ah! Take this dirty animal and throw it out! I don't want to see it in my garden!"
Her voice was so harsh and scary that the guards rushed and followed her orders.
No, this behavior is unacceptable. I cannot marry someone this cruel.
He politely bid her farewell and headed to another country. After a long journey, he wanted to rest in the guest house of the palace before meeting the princess. Suddenly, a horrible voice woke him up, but he couldn't tell where it was coming from.
Hey, servants! I'm telling you, where is my cake? You need to be quicker. Bring my cake now!
My goodness, where's that sound coming from?
He followed the sound and peeked from behind the door of the room. A princess, sitting at the head of the dining table that was filled with sweets and desserts, was yelling at the servants around her while she ate voraciously.
What did I tell you? Why aren't you bringing the cake that I wanted? The one I ate is not good. Quick, bring me a new one and then get out.
When the prince saw this scene, he left the palace before meeting the princess. He thought that he could never marry someone who mistreats those who serve them. He headed to the third country to try his luck for the last time. When he met the third princess, he really liked her.
She's very beautiful, but I shouldn't decide right away. I need to get to know her better.
Just as he had thought, after some time passed and he got to know her, he realized that this princess was also not the girl he was looking for. She would always brag about herself and talk incessantly.
"My father is a very powerful king. Even if they gave me the whole world, I wouldn't want more. I'm also a very beautiful princess. I want to sit in my throne and have everyone around me to be my slave."
The prince got very upset when he heard these words.
This beautiful girl can't be my princess either. The girl I marry shouldn't be so arrogant. She should be humble and not materialistic.
In sadness, he returned to his country. His mother saw how unhappy her son was and tried to comfort him.
Don't be upset, my son. One day you're going to find the girl of your dreams.
One night, in a terrible stormy weather, someone knocked on the palace's door. The butler who opened the door was very surprised to see such a beautiful girl in this storm.
Hello, I'm the princess of the neighboring country and this is my servant. The wheel of our carriage broke. Can we be your guests and can we keep our horses safe until our carriage is repaired?
They immediately reported to the king. Of course, the king agreed to have them as his guests, given such severe weather conditions. The princess was soaked and was shivering. But even so, the queen liked the princess.
Please sit by the fireplace. I'll get you some dry clothes. You should eat something and rest a little. I'm sure everything will be better when you wake up.
The princess changed her clothes and went downstairs to have something to eat. The prince heard what had happened and wanted to meet the guests.
It is unfortunate that you had to endure such circumstances. Please make yourself comfortable. You can stay here as long as you please.
Thank you very much, dear prince. I do have a request. My horses should be well taken care of. They've been miserable in this weather. Oh, and my servant should sleep well. Poor thing. He tried so hard to fix the carriage. I wouldn't want him to get sick.
Don't worry. Your request shall be granted. You should rest now.
The prince, who really liked the princess, whispered in his mother's ear.
Mother, could she be the princess we have been waiting for? I wonder if the things she has told us are true. She is as kind as she is beautiful.
Perhaps, my son, but let's see if she's a real princess. We'll see tonight.
The queen quickly devised a plan, and she had 7 mattresses put on top of each other where the princess was to sleep in. And they put a pea on the bottom of the mattresses.
Yes, your room is ready, princess. You can rest now.
Thank you very much, Your Highness. Good night.
In the morning, while having breakfast, the queen started a conversation with the princess.
Good morning, princess. Did you sleep well?
Although the bed seemed comfortable, it felt as if I had a huge rock under my back. Unfortunately, I couldn't sleep at all.
Upon hearing this, the queen signaled to the prince in approval without the princess noticing. After breakfast, the prince and princess went for a stroll in the garden. The princess told him about her country and her family. She had wonderful plans for her country. While strolling the garden, they saw a kitten. The princess affectionately picked it up and put it in a safe place.
Isn't this such a beautiful creature, my prince?
When they entered the palace, the prince started playing the piano. The princess accompanied him.
La 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 la.
Her voice was so melodious that everyone in the palace listened with admiration. The prince, who had liked the princess from the moment he saw her, thought that he had found the princess of his dreams. After a couple of days, it was time for the princess to return to her country.
My prince, thank you for everything. You've been a great host to me, my servant, and my horses as well. But I must go back to my country.
The young prince didn't want her to leave. He was sure that she was the girl he had been looking for, and so he shared with the queen and king that he was thinking of marrying her.
Mother, father, I'm sure you are thinking the same. This girl is a real princess. She doesn't give orders and asks politely from her servants, and also thanks them. She loves all creatures. She's polite, good-hearted, and smart. I'm sure she's the one.
Okay, son, whenever you like, we will go to her country and ask her father, the king, for his permission for marriage.
The prince, who got an approval from the king and queen, asked the princess for her hand in marriage. Actually, the princess also liked the prince the moment she met him. Her love grew as they spent time together. So, when the prince proposed and gave her a ring, the princess happily accepted. The celebration lasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and after that day, the prince and the princess lived happily ever after. Once upon a time, there was a poor widowed woman that lived in a village. This woman had a son named Jack. Jack was a very lazy boy, and he would never help his mother around the house. He didn't work either to make some money. Although he was a very clever boy, he was useless.
Jack, wake up! You need to go to the market and sell the last cow we have left.
Had never worked. Their only livelihood was selling all the cows they owned after his father passed away.
I'm sorry, Milky Girl, but we have to sell you. We don't have anything left to eat.
On his way to the marketplace, Jack came across a strange old woman.
Good morning, young man. Where are you going?
I'm going to the market to sell our cow.
Don't bother going there. If you give me your cow, I will give you some of my magic beans in return. What do you say?
Jack didn't like this offer, but the woman insisted.
Look, these are magic beans. They will make you rich. Are you sure you don't want them?
What? Rich, you said? Okay, I'll take them.
Jack gave the cow to the old woman. He took the beans and headed back home.
Mom! Look, I sold the cow, and now we have magic beans. I didn't even have to go to the marketplace.
His poor mother almost fainted as she couldn't believe what she heard.
What? How can you do this, Jack? I only asked you to do one thing, but you couldn't even do that. To your room now.
Jack was very angry and upset. He threw the beans he had in his hand outside in the garden. Jack realized that he had been tricked. He was sad and starving. He couldn't even sleep. He regretted not doing what his mother told him to do. In the morning, the young man looked out the window and saw a plant that was growing rapidly. It was a giant beanstalk rising to the sky.
Oh, what is this? It's a beanstalk. I guess the old woman was telling the truth. The beans were magical. We'll be rich! Rich!
He immediately went out to the garden and started climbing the giant beanstalk. He kept on going up and up. It seemed the plant had no end. The beanstalk reached all the way to the clouds. Among the clouds, there was a huge house in front of him. Everything was so big that even the grass around the house looked like a tree next to Jack. Jack knocked on the door of the giant house. A giant woman opened the door.
I'm very hungry and tired. Can you give me something to eat?
The giant woman felt very sorry for the little boy. Come on in, but you need to eat and go before my husband arrives. He hates children, and he can harm you. Jack immediately sat at the table. When he started eating, he suddenly heard a loud and scary voice.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. It smells like children in here. This smell makes me lose my appetite. I don't like it. Where is he?
The giant woman's husband was a horrible-looking giant. The ground trembled when he walked. Hurry, hide in the oven. He mustn't see you. Frightened, Jack hid in the oven right away. When the giant couldn't find Jack, he sat at the table to eat his dinner. Once he finished, he went to his room to take a nap. He kept on saying, "I count, count, and I'm still not finished." Jack realized that the giant had left. When he was about to leave, he noticed a pouch full of gold on the table.
So this is what he meant when he kept on saying, "I count. Count, I couldn't finish."
Jack threw down the pouch that was more like a sack next to him and slid down the beanstalk.
"Mother, look how much gold I've brought you. We're not poor anymore."
Son, where did you get this? I hope you didn't do anything wrong.
Jack convinced his mother and she was relieved. After some time, Jack couldn't stop thinking about the house at the top of the beanstalk.
I wonder what would happen if I go up there again. I'm now experienced too.
One day, he couldn't resist and climbed up the beanstalk again. He went to the giant's house. The giant's wife was a very nice woman, and she let him in again. Before long, the giant returned home. As soon as Jack heard his footsteps, he hid in the oven. The giant came in the house merrily, but his mood suddenly changed. He became angry and growled.
"Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell children here again. You know I hate them. I know a child has come to our house today. Who is it?"
"There is no smell other than the meal I'm cooking, and no one came today. Let me prepare your dinner. You must be hungry." The giant ate until he was completely full. Before he went to his room, he asked his wife to bring him his golden egg-laying chicken. His wife placed it on the table.
"I order you! Golden egg! Golden egg!"
The chicken would lay a golden egg each time, and the giant would put them in a basket. As soon as the giant went to his room, Jack, who had seen everything through the holes of the oven, grabbed the chicken and slid down the beanstalk back home. Time passed by. Jack and his mother were now very rich, but Jack still didn't want to work. He still couldn't stop thinking about the place where the giant lived. He was interested in the gold.
I will go one more time. This time I need to be more careful.
He went up the beanstalk and entered the house without the giant's wife noticing. He hid in the oven again, but as soon as the giant entered the house...
"Fee, fi, fo, fum. Where is this child smell coming from? Ugh, I hate this smell."
The giant's wife, who didn't see Jack come in, told the giant. "You shout like this every time you think you smell a child. You can search everywhere. You'll see that there's no one in the house besides us." The giant and his wife searched all over the house, but couldn't find Jack. Jack had hidden very well. After the giant had his meal, he called out to his wife.
"Can you bring me my golden harp?"
The harp that was on the table started playing such beautiful music that the giant, who was completely full, fell asleep soundly. Jack saw the giant fall asleep, grabbed the harp, and started to run. But the magical harp started to scream.
Help! Help! I'm being kidnapped!
The giant heard the harp's shouts and immediately woke up. He ran after Jack, chasing him. Jack was really scared.
So you're the one who stole my gold and my chicken. I'm going to catch you and imprison you for life.
Jack ran as fast as he could and he jumped and slid down the beanstalk while still holding onto the harp. The giant, who couldn't slide because of his huge body, was extremely angry. As soon as Jack slid down and reached his garden, he cut the beanstalk that, along with the giant, flew very far away. So Jack was now free of the giant. He wondered about the place the giant lived, but was never going to be able to go there again. Jack barely saved his life. He ran straight to his mother.
Mother, what I've done is not right. You warned me, but I didn't listen to you. From now on, I will never take anyone's belongings without asking them first. I have learned my lesson. No more laziness. I will find a job and work so that I can take care of you.
Oh, my dear clever son. I'm so happy.
After Jack's decision, the golden egg-laying chicken began laying normal eggs. Jack learned to play the magical harp because it no longer played by itself. From that day on, Jack and his mother lived a happy and peaceful life. Jack was now earning his own money as a farmer. He took care of his mother. He had the best job because it was the job he knew how to do. Once upon a time, in a faraway country, a mother duck sat on her nest, patiently waiting for her 6 eggs to hatch. One day, she noticed that one of the eggs was bigger than the others.
I'm pretty sure that the ducklings that come out of this egg will be the most beautiful ducklings that anyone has ever seen.
Even though she convinced herself there was nothing wrong, the mother duck was still worried because this was the first time she had seen such a big egg. Finally, the eggshells began to crack, and one after another, the ducklings started coming out with joy as they were quacking. They all hatched but one. There was no movement in the big egg.
I guess it didn't get warmed enough. Now I'm gonna sit on it again to see if it hatches.
The ducklings sat beside their mother as she sat on the nest warming the big egg. Finally, the egg hatched. Everyone was curiously watching it. They were surprised at what they saw, a grey-coloured ugly duckling which looked nothing like his siblings. They were all staring at him.
Oh my, this duckling doesn't look like the others. The rest of my ducklings are so cute. Why is he so different?
Mother Duck was very sad. She consoled herself, hoping that one day he might look like his siblings. But at the same time, she told herself that no matter what, he was her duckling too. Days passed and the ugly duckling was still the same. When they went for walks with their mother and wandered around, his siblings always left him behind.
What an ugly duckling you are!
You don't look like us.
Go away. We can't even play with you.
We don't like you.
We don't want you hanging out with us. The ugly duckling was really upset. He always walked with his head down, looking sad. One day, he went to the lake, and as he cried, he talked to himself.
My mother is very sad, and my siblings don't even want me. Why am I so ugly? I'm so lonely. Nobody loves me.
As he looked into the water, he saw his reflection.
My siblings are right. I'm really a strange-looking duck. My mother hasn't even kissed me once. I can't live with them anymore.
So he decided to leave his family and went to the forest to start a new life by himself. He walked for a long time and went very far. From time to time, he would stop to rest under a tree. If he found a body of water, he would swim to continue on his journey. Days and months passed, and the weather got colder. The ugly duckling was shivering and couldn't even find a decent meal. It also started snowing so much that the whole forest was now all white. He could barely walk. Luckily, that's when he spotted a farm. Excited, he went inside the coop. But the hens didn't want him either.
What kind of duck are you? Get out of our coop, now!
He spotted a doghouse in the farm. When he tried to go in, a huge dog confronted him.
Hey, where do you think you're going? This isn't your house. Who said that we are friends?
This time, the poor ugly duckling wanted to go inside the barn.
We sure don't want to see an ugly duckling like you among us. Your face is so ugly that we might stop producing milk altogether. Get out!
At that time, the owner of the farm was looking out the window. She felt sorry for the ugly duckling shivering and running from place to place, seeking shelter. The lady dried him and wrapped him up with a clean towel and brought him inside the house. She then placed him next to the fireplace so he could warm up.
Thank you for taking me in, ma'am.
You warm up now, duckling. Let me bring some food for you.
The lady also had a house cat. He was staring at the ugly duckling from afar. The cat got very jealous because his owner was now taking care of the duckling. While the ugly duckling was trying to warm up by the fireplace, the cat got close to him to taunt and scratch him. The poor ugly duckling had to endure the cat's taunting a few days. He just wanted to rest and be able to eat something to regain his strength. After some time, the ugly duckling decided to leave.
Thank you for having me as your guest, ma'am, but I need to go now. I do not wish to impose on you or cause any trouble.
The ugly duckling started his journey again. By then, the snow had melted and spring had come. On his way, he came across a little lake. He jumped in, and as he happily swam, he saw his reflection in the water.
Uh-oh, who's this? This is not me, or... Could it be? Last time I looked in the winter, I was an ugly-faced duckling.
He flapped and flapped his wings, and when he saw his huge shadow in the water, he shouted joyously.
Good heavens, how much I've grown and how handsome I've become. I wonder, how would my mother and siblings treat me if they saw me now?
Suddenly, two swans that looked like him swam towards him. Hi, welcome to our lake. We're swans just like you. Are you lost? You can join us if you'd like. You're one of us. At last, the ugly duckling knew the truth. It turns out that his egg had accidentally rolled over to his mother's nest. So he decided to stay with his own kind. He was very happy. He swam and swam in the calm waters of the lake, admiring his own beauty. However, no matter how happy he was, the ugly duckling couldn't forget his mother. As time passed by, He missed his mother and started thinking that he should have never left.
I was a swan egg that accidentally got mixed with my mother duck's eggs. My mother never separated me from the others and kept me warm so that I could hatch like my siblings. I owe her my life.
The ugly duckling told the story to his swan friends. He thanked them for everything, said goodbye, and headed back to the farm where he was born. When he arrived, he ran to his mother and siblings.
Don't you recognize me? I'm the ugly duckling. Actually, I'm a swan. I turned into a handsome swan. How do I look?
His mother was shocked, but happy to see her son again.
Welcome back home. I was so worried about you, and I'm so sorry for all the pain we caused you, my son.
His siblings were so ashamed.
We judged you based on your appearance.
Can you forgive us?
We broke your heart.
We will never make such a mistake.
Come on, let's swim together like the good old days. They all jumped into the water joyfully. They swam in tandem with Mother Duck at the front, followed by her 5 ducklings, and in the back the beautiful white swan, the ugly duckling. Swimming all together, they lived happily ever after.
After Rapunzel got rid of the evil witch and married Prince Harry, she lived happily in the palace. But the witch was not about to give up after having lost Rapunzel to the prince.
I have to find a way to get Rapunzel back. She is mine.
So the witch finally came up with a plan.
It's done. Now it's time to give this tainted apple to Rapunzel.
The witch, disguised as a villager, made her way to the palace. It was not difficult for her to trick the guards at the gate and get in.
I picked the most delicious fruits from my garden for Princess Rapunzel. I would like to give them to her myself.
Rapunzel was walking in the palace gardens that day, admiring the colourful flowers around her.
What beautiful flowers you are! You smell so good too.
Good day, my dear princess.
Hello, who are you?
I'm a poor villager who really admires you. I brought you these fruits from my garden.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
The witch took the contaminated apple from her basket and handed it to Rapunzel.
My fruits are very special. Taste it, my princess. You'll agree with me.
Is that so? Okay, let me taste it.
When Rapunzel ate the tainted apple, she fell asleep on the spot and suddenly became invisible.
Now I can get you out of the palace without being seen.
The witch took Rapunzel and left without anyone knowing. She took her far away to a house on a mountain where she chained her by her feet.
What happened? Where am I?
You'll be here for the rest of your life. You shouldn't have married Prince Harry. It's your own doing.
Oh no! You again! Please let me go.
Let you go again? Never. You belong to me.
Before the witch left the house every day, Rapunzel was forced to drink a potion that made her invisible.
Let's drink this. You'll remain invisible until I get back. This way, no one will be able to find you.
As she cried by the window, Rapunzel heard a song coming from outside.
I can see you, but your crying breaks my heart. Who are you, mysterious girl?
I'm Rapunzel. Who are you?
I'm Ladybug the singer. I sing while I play my guitar.
Help me, please. The witch has imprisoned me here.
Of course, but why I can't see you?
Because the witch forces me to drink a potion every day that turns me invisible, so nobody can see me.
But it's hard for me to help you if I can't see you.
I'm chained. The potion the witch gave me is on the table. Can you do something about that?
Well, this is easy.
The ladybug immediately entered the house.
Blackberries! This is great!
He made a mix with the blackberries and the potion and then poured the mixture into the bottle.
It's done. No more invisibility.
The next day, before the witch left the house, she forced her to drink the potion again.
Invisible princess, drink it.
The witch did not doubt that Rapunzel would become invisible, so she left the house.
Where are you, Ladybug? You're supposed to help me escape.
I'm here. I can see you now.
Thanks to you, I'm no longer invisible. But how do I get out of these chains?
I know where the witch put the key.
Really?
Yes, I will bring it to you.
The ladybug entered the house and climbed directly onto the kitchen counter.
Here it is. Hooray! It's done. You are free now.
Thank you so much. But where are we? How will I get back home?
Good question. I didn't think of that detail. Where do you live?
I live in the palace, in Prince Harry's country.
Oh, wow! That's really far. It's impossible for you to go there by yourself.
I must go back. Is there another way?
Actually, there is a way.
How?
Come, I'll show you.
The ladybug took Rapunzel to the barn behind the house.
Here, she's the only one who can take you home.
A unicorn! How beautiful!
The ladybug told her that the witch mistreated the unicorn and forced her to do heavy work.
This poor unicorn also wants to get free from the witch, but only you can untie the ropes.
The witch is so wicked. If you save me, I will be forever grateful.
Of course I'll help you. These ropes are so tight. Ugh.
Try using that axe over there.
Okay, you're free.
Come on, let's escape before the witch comes back. I will take you home.
But just then, the wicked witch showed up.
Hold it! Where do you guys think you're going? Ouch! Who did that? My head! I'll show you. You can't run from me.
She's getting closer. Let's go faster.
You can't run away! Wait! Wait! Wait!
After they managed to escape, Rapunzel thanked Ladybug for his help. She and the unicorn headed to the palace. Prince Harry was concerned about Rapunzel and was very happy to see her return to the palace. Rapunzel didn't want to let go of the unicorn.
Will you stay with me? I'll take good care of you.
You're a kind princess. Yes, I'll stay with you.
So the two good friends lived happily in the palace. Once upon a time, Rapunzel lived happily in the palace, where she spent her time with her unicorn.
Dear Unicorn, I think it's time to choose a name for you.
Yes, that would be lovely. Do you have a name in mind for me?
You saved me from the witch. So how about Hero? What do you think?
I think it suits me. I really like the name.
The weather is beautiful today. How about a little ride, Hero?
Great idea, Princess. Let's go.
So Rapunzel and Hero went for a ride in the lush countryside.
It's so beautiful. Can you smell the spring flowers?
Yes, but I see some clouds rolling in. It might rain.
Indeed, it started to rain. But this did not spoil Rapunzel's good spirits.
Let it be. It's also nice to get wet in the spring rain.
Then the rain stopped and the sun came out again. Rapunzel was amazed at what she saw.
Do you see that, Hero? What a gorgeous rainbow!
Yes, it's really beautiful.
Oh, I wish I could pass under it.
We can try. Hold on tight.
Hero galloped with Rapunzel on her back. They managed to pass under the rainbow. And suddenly, they found themselves in a different world.
Wow! What is this place? Where are we?
This must be the elves' rainbow land. I've heard their stories from my great ancestors.
But why does everyone here look unhappy?
Some of them are even crying. I don't get it.
Let's ask this old man. Excuse me, could you tell us why everyone is so sad in your village? That is so sad.
We can't be happy anymore. You don't want to know what happened to us.
The old man explained that the witch of the dark land had cast a spell and turned their princess into an ivy. If they don't break the spell, the princess will have to be an ivy forever.
That's why everyone in the village is so sad.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Where's your princess? Maybe we can help.
Come with me.
Oracle took Rapunzel and Hero to the ivy on the side of the house.
Here is our princess. Her name is Crying Ivy, as her tears never stop.
Have you ever asked or researched if there's a way to fix it?
The old man explained that in order to break the spell, it was necessary to take the witch's magic orb.
If the light of the sphere is reflected on the ivy, only then will the spell be broken and our princess will be back to normal.
Hero, how about we go together and get that magic orb and bring it back to the village?
Yes, let's do it. I can't take the witch's wickedness anymore.
The old man got happy when he heard this.
I think I'll come with you. I have some magic to protect you against the witch's spells.
Are you a magician?
I am an oracle. I know some magic. But I can't deal with the witch alone because I'm old.
Let's go then.
They rode on Hero's back and set out for the witch's castle. But they were unaware that a pair of evil eyes was watching them.
How dare these goons enter my dark country?
When they arrived at the castle, Oracle handed a mirror to Rapunzel.
This mirror is magical, and it'll protect you against the witch's spells.
Hero, you wait for us here.
Be careful, Rapunzel.
You entered my castle, huh? If that's the way you want to play, then let's see.
Bats!
This is the witch's welcome, but these bats won't like this powder at all. We must go to the castle tower. The magic orb is there.
Let's go!
Rapunzel and Oracle headed for the stone steps.
So you're trying to get my magic orb? Come on and let me see.
Oracle, be careful! I got you. Let's try.
Thanks, brave girl.
This time, the witch appeared before Rapunzel and suddenly turned into a fire-breathing dragon.
I will scorch you good.
Use the mirror.
No! I'm burning!
Run fast. The magic orb. There it is.
Rapunzel immediately ran and took the magic orb.
It's done. Now we can go.
She and Oracle descended quickly into the courtyard and mounted on Hero's back, who was waiting for them.
So you got the orb. That's great. Let's get out of here now.
You can't go anywhere. Come here.
Let go of me. Help!
You asked for it, wicked witch. Take this!
Come on, Hero. Get us out of here.
You'll see. Don't run. I will destroy you.
While the witch was shouting at them, our heroes managed to escape and return to the elves' village with the magic orb.
Now we can turn the princess back to normal. Yes, it's working!
As the weeping ivy slowly turns into a beautiful princess, something unexpected happened.
The magic sphere shattered. The witch will no longer be able to cast spells.
Our princess is back. Hooray!
Look, Hero. The princess is as beautiful as a fairy.
Elves joyfully surrounded their princess.
Long live our princess! Hooray!
Without you, we would never have gotten our princess back. We are grateful to you.
Oracle told the princess what had happened. The elf princess also thanked Rapunzel and Hero.
We're so glad you broke the witch's spell. We're happy to have met you. Goodbye.
And so Rapunzel and Hero set off for their home, happy to have saved the princess.
Once upon a time, in a lovely town, there lived 7 little goats and their mother. One day, it rained so much that there were puddles everywhere. When the rain stopped, the 7 little goats wanted to go out to play.
Mom, the rain stopped. Can we go out and play?
Well, okay. But all of you need to put on your rain boots.
We already did, Mom.
Yay! Look,
I brought my toy dinosaur. It likes to play in the water too.
Look, guys, I built a water slide for him.
I wish there's a water slide big enough that even we could slide too.
I've heard about the city that has huge water parks.
Yes, the teacher told me that there are enormous fun water parks in Dubai.
Whoa! Let's go to Dubai!
Mom was wondering and also thinking about taking a short trip to Dubai. It'll be great.
The tallest building in the world is also in Dubai. But I can't remember the name.
Hurry, let's go ask Mom.
Mom, can we go to Dubai, please?
Dubai? Where'd you kids get that idea?
Dubai has the greatest water parks in the world, and we're crazy about playing in the water. It also has the tallest skyscraper in the world, but I still can't remember the name.
I think you're talking about Burj Khalifa. Well, it's not a bad idea. I love water parks too.
Yippee!
Meanwhile, the wolf disguised as a goat was listening to them outside their window.
So you're going to Dubai, huh? You wretched goats. I'm coming too, of course, and this time I will succeed.
The trip preparations took 2 days. The day of departure had arrived, and the 7 little goats and their mother set out for Dubai.
Kids, we'll be landing soon. We'll leave our luggage in our hotel room so we can start our tour immediately. Where would you like to go first?
Water park!
Okay, water park it is.
Yippee!
They got off the plane and went to their hotel. They quickly got ready and went to the water park.
Get ready for us, water park. Here we come.
The wicked wolf might be after us again, so let's be careful, guys.
Here we are, my children. This water park is as much fun for kids as it is for adults. Let's get our tickets.
How many are you?
8, please.
You too. Enter through the door on the right, the rest through the door on the left. It's too crowded here. That's the only way I can take you all in.
Gosh, okay, let's meet inside, girls.
Okay, Mom.
That was so easy. Those goats are so naive. Okay, here we go, little ones. I'm going to help you.
Right at that moment, the hat of the wolf got stuck in the door, exposing his 2 long ears. Mother Goat saw that, jumped in and headbutted the wolf. The wolf flipped in the air and fell in one of the pools.
Oh my gosh, not water again. I can't stand water. Ah.
That'll teach him a lesson. Well, at least for now. Let's enjoy the water park, my little ones. Let's go! Whoop. Yippee!
Yeah!
Yippee!
Yes!
Yes!
Yippee! This place is closing now. Let's go to the hotel and rest. Tomorrow, we're going to visit the tallest building in the world.
They went back to the hotel. After dinner, they felt tired. It had been a full day, so they all went to bed.
Good morning, everyone! Today, we'll go to the tallest building in the world. Are we ready?
Yes! Mommy, how tall is the Burj Khalifa?
It's 828 meters, which is equivalent to 2,717 feet. It feels like you're over the clouds looking down at the world.
Wow, that's amazing!
Unbelievable! That's really high.
Here we are, my children.
This time, there's no water. I wonder how you're going to save yourself in the skyscraper. You won't be able to escape this time.
Mom, this building is way too high. Won't it take a long time to go up there?
No, it won't, because these are the fastest elevators in the world. Okay, are you ready to go up to the observation deck?
Yes!
After they spent some time on the terrace, the goat family was preparing to go down when the wolf in disguise cut in front of Mother Goat.
And the winner is... you! Yes, madam, it's you! You've just won tickets for 8 for a desert safari.
Really? Us? Well, that's wonderful.
When can we go, Mom?
We can go right now, little one.
Isn't it late? Isn't it better to go tomorrow? We don't want to get caught in a sandstorm at nighttime.
No, my dear, it's perfectly fine. I've already checked the weather forecast.
Okay, let's go to the hotel first so we can get some provisions. We can start the safari then.
Yes!
Mother Goat went to the hotel and got some stuff, including a tent, in case they needed to sleep there. The safari had been enjoyable so far. However, the wolf was taking them further away little by little without them noticing. When it got dark, the wolf went to Mother Goat to carry out his plan.
It's dark, madam. So we need to stay here. We can't go back. It's very dangerous.
Oh, no. But if you say so, let's start setting the tent quickly.
This is perfect. I'll have a feast tonight.
Once he made sure all the goats were sleeping, he intended to carry out his plan. But as soon as he stuck out his head out of the tent, a strong gust of wind blew on his face.
What in the world is going on here? Sand is all over my face.
Nobody goes out of the tent. The sandstorm has started.
You're talking about the sandstorm. Wait until you see the wolf storm.
As soon as the wolf stepped out of the tent, the sandstorm strengthened. and buried the wolf's tatty tent.
No! No! I was so close!
When the sandstorm was over, Mother Goat got out of her tent and saw neither the wolf nor the tent was there.
Where's the guide? He's gone. But his car is still here. That's strange. Let's go back to our hotel, children. This is the end of another adventure.
Once upon a time, Mother Goat and her 7 little goats lived happily in a small village. Their mother always told them to stay away from the bad wolf. The little goats were always together. They looked after one another so that Wolf couldn't get close to them. When they got back from school, they would do their homework, play games, and always make sure that they read books before sleep. One day, they returned home from school happily. They sat down at the table and munched on the cookies that Mother Goat had baked for them with love.
Tell me, how was your day?
We learned about ancient Egypt in history class today.
Very nice. I've read books about ancient Egypt. It's one of the oldest civilizations. I've always been interested in the subject.
Mom, do you think the pharaohs were bad people?
Why do you ask?
Well, I thought they were because of what our teacher told us.
Mom, what does pharaoh mean?
The pharaohs were heads of state and also the highest priests in Egypt thousands of years ago.
Mother Goat got up from her chair, went to the bookshelf and returned with a book. She sat down again and began leafing through it.
There, I found it. Let's see who the pharaohs were. The first pharaoh lived approximately 3,000 years ago. The pharaonic system was passed on from father to son. The pharaohs didn't treat their people well. They were very poor, so the Great Pyramids were just big tombs of powerful pharaohs. A lot of mysteries still surround the pyramids. For instance, some of the pharaohs wore weird-looking masks.
Why did they set traps inside the pyramids?
Because they didn't want the commoners to enter them.
How about the masks?
They had several, such as cat, eagle, dog, wolf.
Wolf? That means wolves have been bad ever since?
The life of ancient people was so hard.
True, but just think about living in that time. How exciting!
Imagine exploring a pyramid full of mazes.
What an adventure!
Let's not forget about Bad Wolf. Imagine him with us.
You say that now, but if this happened, all of you would be looking for places to hide.
When it was time for bed, the little goats fell asleep right away. They all dreamed about things they had read. Just then, the room lit up. The light was coming from outside, and it was so bright that it woke the little goats.
What's going on?
What's that light? Oof, my eyes.
The little goats opened the window to find out where the light was coming from. They saw a huge round object resembling a UFO. It was so bright that it was blinding.
What is this? It looks like a spaceship.
I'm scared.
Just then, the light of the luminous object died down and a gate opened. A very old owl appeared at the door.
Guys, come here!
Who's this? I don't know, but I think he needs help.
The little goats approached the old owl hesitantly.
Come with me, quick. We need your help.
Who are you? Why do you need our help?
I come from afar. You must help us.
Is this a spaceship?
No, it's a time machine. I'm coming from thousands of years back. I'm here to take you back in time. Only you can save us from the bad pharaoh.
Us? What can we even do?
You defeated the bad wolf here. Surely you can do the same for us there.
The little goats looked at one another. They didn't know what to do. The old owl looked helpless, so they felt pity for him.
We have to help him.
You are right. Come on, guys.
The little goats entered the time machine. The machine began to light up again and disappeared. The 7 little goats found themselves in the desert.
Where are we? Where did you bring us?
Look at those huge monuments over there.
Pyramids.
All right, kids. We're in Egypt. In ancient Egypt.
What's going to happen now?
The pyramid you see is now being built by Pharaoh Tutankhamun. He's focused on building the world's greatest pyramid that he has ignored his people's suffering.
I'm sorry to hear that.
People are starving, and they're enduring poverty and diseases. Someone has to put an end to this. The Pharaoh has lost his mind. It's best to drive him away from the country.
We have to plan something now.
The little goats huddled and whispered. The old owl was curious and wanted to know what they were talking about.
Everybody understood their part?
Yes, it'll be just like in those books we read.
We need lots of bandages.
Good thing I brought my music player and speaker with me.
Once Old Owl brought them the materials they needed, they headed to Tutankhamun's palace. Outside the palace, one little goat climbed on top of another's shoulders while the other ones wrapped them in bandages.
Such a great mommy!
Is the voice clip ready?
Everything's ready.
Let's begin then. Put on your masks.
All the little goats wore the masks Old Owl brought. Those masks belonged to Tutankhamun's ancestors. They entered the palace with masks on. The guards scurried away in fear. The Pharaoh's throne hall door opened, and a voice was heard coming from inside.
What's that noise? What's going on? Who dares to disturb me?
The Pharaoh came out. The little goats were surprised to see the Pharaoh's resemblance to that of the bad wolf. It was as if they were both one.
It's your turn now.
The two little goats that had been bandaged together like a mummy began to wobble toward the Pharaoh, making weird noises.
Who are you? Guards, help!
One of the little goats pressed the music player's button, and then a voice resembling that of the Pharaoh's father could be heard. The Pharaoh didn't know what to do and was so scared.
Is this what I taught you, son? I always advised no to be arrogant, but you always did the exact opposite.
Dad, but this is impossible.
Be quiet.
Dad, please forgive me. I'll never defy you ever again.
What did you say, Old Owl? Should I forgive my son?
You can give him one more chance, sir.
Then you are forgiven. But if I hear any complaints ever again, I'll come and take you with me.
Don't worry, Dad. You can trust me.
Owl, you will keep an eye on my son, and if he ever strays again, you'll let me know. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The mummy of the little goats wobbled back the way it came and disappeared behind the door.
Your plan was perfect, kids. Thank you so much. Come on, enter the time machine so that I can take you back.
The little goats entered the time machine. Everything was dark, and then it lit up again. The little goats found themselves in their beds. They looked at one another. The window they had opened earlier was closed. It was as if they had never left their room.
Was it all real?
Or did we all have the same dream?
I don't know what happened, but I think we did a great job.
KONDOSAN